A new era is about to begin here in Robbinsdale. After a vigorous vetting process, the city council names a new police chief.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
Doing well, Chief. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. How's everything going so far today?
Patrick Foley is a 22-year public safety veteran and has spent his career serving Robbinsdale. He was first hired in 1998 as a community service officer and quickly rose through the ranks, working as a patrol officer, investigator, sergeant, and captain. He's also served as interim chief since August.
It was a long process. It's time to keep rolling forward and keep working hard.
Foley has a wife and 2 daughters. He enjoys the theater and traveling. He's also done volunteer work in Trinidad and Kenya.
We did research on endangered species, and so when I was in Kenya, we did research on rhinoceroses. In Trinidad, we did research on sea turtles.
The top cop has also climbed to the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro in Kenya.
Truly one of the physically most challenging things I've ever done in my entire life.
Here at home, he'll have to scale a different type of mountain. This summer, there were several rallies calling for more transparency and trust within the police department.
They need to trust us, and in recent events, there's been a lack of trust with police departments, and this is for us to show who we are as a police department. Foley
is making community outreach a priority. A new team of community service officers will work to better open the lines of communication. The department is also working with a group called Bring the Community and Police Department Back Together.
It's a long process, but it's a good process. We're taking baby steps and figuring this out.
In Robbinsdale, Sonia Goins, CCX News.
Local police are cracking down on an issue they say has become a growing problem over the past few months: street racing.
A lot of them are just souped up cars that that these people have a passion for, and they're street racing type vehicles, and they go out and the group meets together and then takes part in reckless driving and stunt driving, and that's what's really given us a lot of concern is the reckless behavior. Just because we're endangering other people on the roadway and endanger each other, it needs to stop.
Last weekend, Brooklyn Park Police teamed up with 7 other law enforcement agencies to issue citations for people involved in amateur street racing and stunt driving. All told, the operation resulted in 62 traffic stops, 27 citations, 7 arrests for weapons, 1 arrest for auto theft, 1 child endangerment arrest, 4 guns recovered, 1 DWI arrest, 1 stolen vehicle recovered, 4 misdemeanor arrests, and 4 towed vehicles.
We made it hopefully a loud and clear statement here that it's no longer be tolerated, that if these groups want to come into town and do this kind of stunt driving or hot rod racing, they're going to be held accountable, and that'll include citations, getting arrested, and towing your car.
Deputy Chief Bruley says a lot of the street racers communicate with each other through social media, so the police plan to monitor those channels until the reckless behavior comes to an end.
A Golden Valley immigrant who came to the United States with little money is inspiring and educating people through his new book called Total Financial Awakening. Homestead Road CEO Andrei Sekurik came to the United States from Belarus in 2004 with little money, but he was determined to make it.
I could barely speak English. I'm still learning it. And I didn't have any friends. I didn't have any credit reports or credit score. And it didn't stop me.
Andrei worked odd jobs, delivering pizzas and doing construction. He has a finance degree, but at the time, no one would hire him.
It's a very humbling experience. I didn't really enjoy it, but I had to do the work.
He eventually became a loan officer and started investing in real estate. His company, Homestead Road, is one of the fastest growing companies in the Midwest.
I didn't have any money whatsoever, and I was able to use my friends' money, bank's money, seller financing, and that's how I got into real estate.
His book, Total Financial Awakening, is somewhat based on his journey. Andrei wants others to know you can make it if you have a plan and a purpose for a better life.
It's like a GPS. If you have a GPS, if you don't enter the destination, you can drive around all your life and never going to get where you want to be.
Sonia Goins, CCX News.
In-person classes may not be taking place for theater students at North Hennepin Community College thanks to COVID-19, but that didn't prevent them from putting together a fall production.
So many students were either not available to audition or had taken time off because they had to work or, there were COVID emergencies and whatnot. it was difficult to get a cast together. So I decided that I would enroll my acting class. They were sort of volunteered to be in the cast. I said, this will be a great project for all of you guys. You're going to learn about acting and how to do a show and whatnot.
Mike Ricci spent the last 2 months helping his students rehearse for a virtual performance of a play called The Wellstone Project. The play was written and composed by alumni of North Hennepin's theater department and takes a look back at the life and legacy of former Minnesota Senator Paul Wellstone, who died in a plane crash in 2002. The show takes place entirely on Zoom and is available for audiences to watch the next 2 weekends, starting on Friday, October 23rd.
I was really pushing for the show to be done, especially now. We planned it to happen just before election. And of course, Paul Wellstone's legacy is one of political activism and social activism, and we wanted to honor that legacy. Especially a lot of the current students really don't know about his work. They don't know about the man, they don't know about what he stood for, and what being a progressive is all about.
There is no fee to watch the show, but they're asking for people to contribute donations to the Paul and Sheila Wellstone Scholarship Fund at North Hennepin Community College. For more information on how to watch the play, you can find a link on our website at ccxmedia.org.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.
The Maple Grove Volleyball team is off to a good start in Northwest Suburban Conference play. Jason Malillo has more on their match with a good league opponent.
Two undefeated squads facing off in volleyball as Maple Grove hosts Andover. The Huskies win the first set. Avery Bowles bangs the ace serve in set 2 for a 22-18 lead. Then on set point, Mallory Rack gets the kill. Andover up 2-0. Set 3, Grove's Madeline Knutson and Kara Sear team up for the block. Megan Liu sets for Elizabeth O'Callahan and she puts it down. The Crimson wins set 3. Presley Summers gets the kill as Andover builds a lead in set 4. But MG rallies, Sear with a great dig and then a nifty play by O'Callahan, chipping it over, and it's 17-all. A huge kill by Sear puts the Crimson up 23-20 and they win set 4. Final set, Olivia Rooney a big kill for Andover. Sear answers with the kill for Grove and it's 12-all. And the Crimson wins the set and gets a hard-fought 3-2 victory to remain undefeated. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Thanks, Jason. The high school soccer playoffs wrap up this week with section champions being crowned. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there will be no state tournament this year. As Jay Wilcox reports, the weather threw another curveball for a top local squad.
It's a waiting game. With Tuesday's snow, many playoff soccer games were moved. That includes Maple Grove's Section 8AA boys semifinal against St. Michael Albertville, which will now be played Wednesday.
I don't really think it's a big deal. It's kind of nice that we don't have to play in the snow, I feel like, so it might be an advantage to us. Especially with our play style, like the snow I feel like could be more of a hindrance than it would help us.
It's been a great season for the Crimson. They are 10-1-1 after a section quarterfinal win against Buffalo.
Yeah, we have a good team. We have some very good players this year. When we do play as a team, we win games, and I think passing the ball around helps.
Yeah, we were a bit worried last year. We lost a lot of seniors and stuff, but I feel like a lot of players stepped up and new players came in. And overall, just everyone's been playing well together.
We kind of have all the pieces this year. You know, we've got guys in back, we've got a strong midfield, and we've got some really good guys up top. So normally in a year, you're always missing something out of those four things. So it's a pretty solid group. We were looking forward to making a run. Obviously, we still have work to do, and that starts on Wednesday.
Wednesday night, Maple Grove faces an STMA team that doesn't have a great record, but that may be deceiving.
They are in a very difficult conference. They played some good teams this year, so it's going to be a tough game.
They're probably better than their record shows. They play in a tough conference, Lake Conference. We've watched some tape on them. They're pretty strong. They're stronger defensively, I think.
They won't get a shot at a state title, but a section championship is a good goal to shoot at for the Crimson. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
All local section soccer matches were postponed on Tuesday night because of the heavy snow. Most section finals will now be played on Saturday afternoon. For highlights of section soccer and more stories like this, please visit our website at ccxmedia.org. That's all for sports. I'm John Jacobson. Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.